2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome on in to another episode of On Beat Off Script, our first legitimate episode of the year since, well, we've got some lost footage of our last one where we were talking about the Grammys. For whatever reason, my audio just didn't show up, which was incredibly unfortunate because it was a great one. We had Rose, we had Bob with us, but turns out our first one of the year is going to be myself and co-host Mel.
You're stuck with us!
Yeah, you get just the two of us for this. We got some nice stuff on the docket here coming up. When it comes to the singles, we got a little Arctic Monkeys going on. We got some Noah Kahan, Holly Humberstone, Melanie Martinez. We've got PinkPantheress popping in there. We got some Joji, some Filthy Frank.
He goes by Pink Guy too, right? Pink Guy was his other one.
That's Filthy Frank. I think that is Filthy Frank.
Same YouTube channel, kind of. I wasn't sure if he had two different YouTube channels or.
I believe they're the same one. And then on the album side, we ended up doing a couple of metal albums that just dropped over the last couple of weeks with Megadeth saying their goodbye to the world after 40 plus years of rocking out. And the newest, some newer members of the mantle of metal with a little Poppy jumping in on a new album, a new project that just dropped, and then we've got a little punk rock, a little Joyce Manor swinging into there as well. So exciting there on that side of things. But before we kind of dive into the music side of things, Mel,
hi,
how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really excited that we're back to normal. When you I obviously have to make the clips, but when you texted me that the clips sections were picked out, I forgot that that's something we did because it's been so long, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, we're so back to normal. I'm so excited.
100%.
So yeah,
we're right back in it, baby.
I'm happy. I'm kind of hyper today.
Yeah, I believe it. Honestly, I'm not. I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning drinking scotch for no reason.
Absolutely.
Scotch too, of all things. Like you know how it goes.
So sophisticated.
It was not a sophisticated amount of drinking, let me tell you. But we're here to talk about music this beautiful morning. So speaking of, what's been on your docket? What have you been listening to? What have you been rocking out to?
Harry Styles, even though I'm really mad at him.
Talk about it.
I know, I'm so exhausted. I've been fighting for my life for this Ticketmaster war, and I've lost every fucking time, and it is so disheartening. I'm really mad that Harry Styles is having his Taylor Swift fucking sellout moment. I'm pissed. I'm like, just lower level seats at MSG for $800 is unheard of. I've never seen them naturally priced like that, and like, I need somebody to punch him in the face and humble himself because I'm like pissed. I'm pissed.
I mean, there's lots of dudes out there in the internet world that would be happy to punch Harry Styles in the face, I'm sure. So careful what you ask for.
I should have sent you this meme. Obviously, my algorithm is blowing up with "We Hate Harry Styles" content right now because we're just all so pissed. But one of it was like, at this point, I'm just gonna buy Benson Boone tickets and show up like blindfolded with earplugs and just pretend it's Harry Styles.
Just with your headphones in,
yes!
Just listening.
It's like this man was supposed to save us, and he's ruining my fucking life.
Well, if it makes you feel better, like I said, there's a chance that he doesn't even bother coming to Edmonton. So, I mean, that's fun. It's cheaper than a plane ticket that I'd have to take to go see him.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know what I mean?
I hate it. I fucking hate it. But I do love the single, Aperture. That's why I'm so disheartened about the whole thing, because I really love the single. I was really excited for Dancey Harry Styles, and I just want to fucking dance live, and it's not gonna happen. But I also listened to the new C Rose album, Death in the Business of Wailing, and I'm a big fan of that one. Right up my alley. And then I listened to the new A$AP Rocky album, Don't Be Dumb, which had some bangers on it.
Yeah. I mean, A$AP Rocky's, like, if I was to, like, pick, like, you know, certain hip-hop artists that, like, I would, like, go out of my way to listen to, A$AP's probably one of them.
Yeah?
Like, he's, super, super entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, I find his vibe to be a lot better than a lot of, you know, other hip-hop artists that are out there right now. He genuinely does actually rap.
Yeah.
He's not quite the same as like Billy Woods and like those types of areas where it just like hurts.
No, it's like fun.
Yeah, it's actually
It's
like
solid and fun and not like super, I don't know. It's not.
it doesn't make you like sting.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I get
it
you.
doesn't really, it's not that insulting. He goes kind of, well, first off, the artwork was all done by Tim Burton for his album, which I think is really fucking sick. Like he has
That's cool.
actual
Yeah.
character designs that were done by Tim Burton. And there's like a punk rocky track that it's like, I felt like was literally made for me.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So yeah,
Cool.
it was a fun album.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm still trying to get caught up. I'm in like November 2025 right now, trying to get myself caught up. I've still got quite a ways to go to get myself back there.
Wild.
But a couple things that I've been listening to, obviously, like I said, I do my CDs in the car situation where I just grab 3 random CDs and throw them in. One that I grabbed was Time Flies, the best of Huey Lewis and the News, which honestly, I didn't realize that I knew pretty much every single word on that album.
Really?
Just organically having listened to so much radio over like how many years. Huey Lewis and the News, it was a great time. It just like feel good every single morning. Felt like hard to like frown when you're listening to Huey Lewis and the News. It was great. It was an awesome time. And then I've been listening to like recently. I have in my car. Actually, I don't even remember the name of the album because I didn't write it down because I had already picked my what I was going to talk about for this like opening, but like I need to mention it because it was so good. Not a Surf is like this, like they're like a post-punk like 1990s band. Fucking awesome.
Okay.
Like this album is sick. I'm just trying to think of which album it is specifically that I'm listening to right now. As I go through, I actually think it might be their debut, High Low.
I love a debut.
It is
album.
100%
Sick.
High Low.
High Low.
Super super cool track. Honestly, like so much. Like like I would strongly recommend. They're from New York City. Like it is like just like peak like early 1990s like post punk rock. It's
I want to listen now.
wicked. It's
Cool.
You'll enjoy it a lot. Like it's just it's really really cool. I'm a big fan of it. So that's what I've been listening to in the CDs. In terms of new albums, like I said, I'm still getting caught up, and that means that I'm still in box set season.
No wonder it's taking you so long. Yeah.
100%. Like some of these albums, like I'm tomorrow or on Monday when I go back to work, like I'm immediately having to dive into 2.5 hours of Rolling Stones. Like I know, like that's
I don't
what's
think
next
I could
on the
get
docket for
through
me.
it.
I mean, when it comes to that kind of stuff, like it's
Like so classic that you don't mind.
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Because like again, like it's not very often that I sit down and just listen to the Rolling Stones all the
Fair.
way through.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, and they're amazing. They are an amazing band without question. So like, that's what I'm currently working through. But one of the box sets that I listened to, I was driving down to Calgary actually the whole time while I was listening to it. Through the Open Window, which is a part of the Bootleg series. This is volume 18 of the Bootleg series of Bob Dylan.
Whoa.
And it was like 3 hours of just Bob Dylan that I was driving down a highway just listening to, and it was fucking awesome.
That's kind of a vibe.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'm a big Bob Dylan fan because of like what I've been doing with music and stuff like that. So like just sitting down and listening and then hearing like the outtakes of him just like chatting and like telling stories and stuff like that after like some of the songs
Oh, that's
and being like,
fun.
this is why.
Okay, if it
Dude,
breaks it
it's-
up like that, that's more of like an experience.
It's so cool. It's so cool. He does a cover of like House of the Rising Sun on it. Like just like really, really neat, like just like takes on so many different classic folk songs and stuff like that too that are like just embedded in there because it seems like he just sat in the studio in Minnesota and just recorded whatever he was feeling in the moment and picked and chose whichever ones he actually wanted to have pressed to an album, right? This is the stuff that never made it to albums, and it's still just as remarkable. I'm a big Bob Dylan fan,
Yeah.
and so that's big. One of the albums that I just listened to, again, because I'm still in November, is Rosalia. That
So
album
good.
was magical.
Yeah.
That was super, super cool. Yeah. like it's like I said, it's magical. It's so unique. It's so different. It's a full blown experience. Not going to be for everybody. And again, maybe not an album that like I would jump back into all the time, but just really, really pleasant.
I want to
It's
go
hard to
back and
complain.
spend more time with it because it was
There's
fun.
a lot of things going on too. Like there's a lot of stuff that at first listen, I don't think you'll end up taking a lot out of. So like I think a multiple listen is almost required on it. It's a really, really cool album. So yeah, that's been what's on the go for me. But I guess
Sick.
should we talk about some of the new
Yeah.
stuff instead of talking about all the old stuff?
This is so cute. Our first track attack of the year.
100%.
Just in
It's
time.
exciting.
It's literally the last day of January. We're getting it just in time for the first month.
There is one for the first month, 100%. Well, let's dive into it. Let's get the track attack going.
Yeah. So up first, we have Opening Night by the Arctic Monkeys. So yeah, they're an indie rock band formed in 2002, made up of Alex Turner on vocals and guitar, Matt Helders on drums, Jamie Cook on guitar, and Nick O'Malley on bass. Some of their biggest hits include I Want to Be Yours and Do I Want to Know and 505, all of them boasting over 2 billion streams. They were one of the first bands to gain public attention during like that whole blog rock era that was like the early 2000s thanks to MySpace. Like, God, I miss those days, man.
Do you?
I do.
Do you really, though?
I just miss.
I'm actively like taking myself away from the internet every single chance that I get.
Okay, but this is why I miss MySpace, because it was just simpler times. The internet wasn't that evolved. Like, everyone just had a really cringy MySpace page and like one song that they loved to like highlight on it. Like, it was socially acceptable to rank your friends based on worst favorites to none. Like, your top 8 was the most.
Is it not socially acceptable anymore?
I mean, I don't think so.
You're like on the back half of the top 10.
I believe that. I'm okay with that. You have friends that came before me. I understand my place. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of miss like MySpace internet. I need to strip away the internet. Anyway, so their debut album released in 2006 to critical acclaim and became the fastest selling debut album in British chart history. At that time, at least. And then they went on to win Best Album at the Brit Awards. They've now released 7 albums, 3 of them winning a Brit Award for Best Album. They won the Mercury Prize and have earned 9 Grammy noms. And now this track specifically is a part of a collaborative project, Help 2, in support of War Child, which is a charity that works to deliver aid, education, mental health support, and protection to children living through war. So I just thought this was a really... The lineup they have on the album is pretty sick. This is the opening track for it. Cool. And the first single, I guess, to release from it. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, sweet. Are we ready to listen?
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Our first clip of the year. Even. Look at that.
So
I love the Arctic Monkeys, so let's
I do too,
let's give this a little dive.
Tonight is heavy on one side, it's all alive. I said a cherry red and white, loaded dice. You've got something on your mind, and so have I can see it from here. Oh.
I love the guitars. I had to leave a little.
Yeah, the guitars are really fun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I love the imagery and like the lyricism. It's like top tier. They really just do a good job telling a story. The bridge was a huge highlight for me. Like, the song's a really slow burn, and I was expecting something more explosive, but I like how subtle they actually kept it. I love the criticism of keyboard warriors throughout the whole thing, and like calling out people to not fall in love with everything on opening night. Like, now's more now than ever, it's really important to fact check and not believe the first thing you see, guys. It's like really
unless
important.
it's on beat off script. We have never made a mistake ever. So, just a quick reminder to everybody out there.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, it's not like a very catchy song, but it's really fucking solid, and I think as an opening track for this album, it's pretty spot on.
Yeah, I mean, like for myself, like I said, I love the Arctic Monkeys, so I was like pumped on it. You got this really dark kind of atmosphere kind of surrounding it, which was nice. I love Alex Turner's vocals a lot. I think he's just really, really smooth and just it builds really nice character for every track that it's on. It's so funny that you like mentioned a lot of the things that you mentioned because like I have the exact same notes written down.
Really?
I was, in my opinion, I was looking for a lot more like explosive kind of rocky moments. They never really did. They kind of actually settled in, so it did make it to feel like a little bit sleepy, in my opinion. Like, so I didn't necessarily love that part. I did write down, yeah, the post-chorus filter on the guitars was like wicked because like that like one like I don't know what kind of filter it is that they threw on it, but it just
so
like it scratched
satisfying.
like a wicked itch on it. It kind of had a little bit of a southern rock vibe to me that I thought was like really curious. That's not necessarily been so much like what their thing is. Yeah, honestly, it's fine. I was looking for a little bit more of a rock song out of it though, and this kind of set itself in kind of more of like a Midwest indie kind of vibe to it, as opposed to that. It wasn't my favorite Arctic Monkeys release, but
Yeah.
I thought it was still pretty enjoyable.
Yeah,
like
same.
I gave it a 6-7.
Oh wow, I was way more generous than you. I gave it a 7-8.
We did talk about this. We were like, let's try to reel in what we're doing here with everything.
I mean, I feel like I normally would have given this at least an 8. Because I still think
You're
it's
not
solid.
wrong.
Maybe having, though, the context that this is an opening track, like, for the project, I think it helps put things in perspective for me. Where, like, as a standalone single, do I think it goes out of... Do I necessarily want to pick up this album just based off this song? No. But, like,
yeah.
as a collaborative project, I think it works. I don't know.
Well, I mean, and knowing that it is a collaborative project and stuff like that, knowing the intention behind the song is kind of nice. I appreciate that aspect to it. I just, like I said, the song to me, I'm still going to listen to the album. Of course I am, but like, and truthfully, I'm still excited to listen to the album. I like the Arctic Monkeys a lot. This one just didn't really wow me in any way, shape, or form.
Fair.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay is fine.
Yeah. 100%.
Up next, we got something that's a lot better than okay. My boy Noah Kahan.
Spoiler alert. Hey. Are you gonna cry when I play the clip?
I cried so much yesterday. I got it out of my system.
Did you? Good
Dude,
for
I've
you.
listened to the song so many times and I teared up a lot. So I think it's out of my system. So yeah, anyway, we have The Great Divide by Noah Kahan. For those of you who don't know my boy, he's a folk pop singer-songwriter who grew up on a little tree farm in Stratford, Vermont, who's best known for his track Stick Season and his extremely introspective songwriting. He first started uploading music to SoundCloud when he was only 8 years old and got his first break in 2017, opening up for Milky Chance on tour. I forgot about Milky Chance. I used to be a
I
big
love
fan.
Milky Chance. I still have Stolen Dance and Down by the River like on repeat in my playlist. Like those are like in like my top 50 songs.
Yeah, I need to start. I have to. Okay, well, because I threw a temper tantrum about Spotify and I didn't just cancel my subscription, I deleted my whole fucking account, and had to recreate it. I'm struggling a little bit with rebuilding my Spotify algorithm.
Yep.
So I'm having a lot of regrets. But yeah.
Way to go, dude. You nailed it.
Guys, I get that we're living through emotional times, but think through your decisions, because I'm not. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Noah Kahan. By 2019, he released his debut album, Busy Head, and that featured the track Hurt Somebody, which was his first appearance on the Billboard charts, peaking at number 24 on the Hot Rock chart. He spent some time living in New York, LA, and Nashville trying to get his career started, but it wasn't until COVID-19 showed up and he returned home to Vermont that he finally got his mainstream breakthrough thanks to TikTok. He started teasing Stick Season in 2020 along with other clips from his third studio album, also called Stick Season, and
That one.
Yeah, sick.
That one.
And yeah, he was going viral on TikTok before anything even released. So yeah, that finally released in 2022. In October the same year, he finally released the full album, which debuted at number 14 on the Billboard 200 chart. And he's been on my on repeat playlist ever since. And we now have the first single, which is the title track for his upcoming album, The Great Divide, which releases April 24th. And I'm so excited.
All right, let's listen. Don't do that ever again.
literally, this is everything I love about this man's music. Like, literally, I could not be more excited for the first song. His vocals on the bridge, sob. The rest of my notes, because I really don't have anything critical to say about him ever at all. But like his lyricism always is what stands out for me so much.
100%.
So yeah, like I hope you're scared of only ordinary shit and not your soul and what he might do with it. Like I love kind of the ambiguity he allows in his songwriting, because like the outro, he's mentioning that he's throwing a brick through stained glass, so you can kind of understand that maybe the he is like more you're questioning your faith. But for me, it kind of puts me in this space of you're really hoping that this person that you loved once upon a time got out of like an abusive relationship and like they didn't lose themselves to that abuse. There's so many different ways you can take it, and all of them are heartbreaking, but it like really just makes me think about all of the people I've once upon a time loved in my life, and like I hope that they're doing well. Oh, also I heard nothing.
You don't have any exes that you hope they're just like
I mean
torched? It's gonna be like all the people you've loved.
Okay, no, because then there's the exes where I was the poor person who needed to get out of the abusive relationship,
there you
and
go, see?
I have settled down, and I mean, we're not rich over here, but we're comfy. But I could just gush about him for forever. Also, the line, I heard nothing but the bass in every ballad that you play. Why you swear to God the singer read your mind. Like, I feel like that's me when I force people to listen to music, because it's just like everything is so deep, and I take things so intensely, and I make people listen to it and expect them to have the same experience, and they're just like, it's fine. Yeah. Why are you freaking out about it?
So I'll be more surface level here for you.
Thank you.
So obviously Noah's right back in his wheelhouse. It's a very classic folk song. Like it is. Honestly, it was like a little bit slower, a little bit like kind of less of that like kind of stomp clappy vibe that Stick Season had, which is okay for me. Like personally, I obviously really like a little bit more energy in a lot of the stuff that we do. That's why I can listen to Megadeth and not, hate myself.
I hated myself a lot.
Either way, this being slower, I mean, his vocals are perfect. His songwriting is amazing. Like, that's exactly what we expect. It's just a bit slower than I think I would look for out of a single, especially. But it is incredibly pleasant. Like, it was really great. Then I wrote the note, because then the drums came in, and the drums actually give it more of that rocky kind of vibe with it. And I was like, that's exactly what this track needed. I felt like he was reading my mind as I was
there's a good build
talking
up.
About just the music. Mm-hmm. I know that you're just like, he's reading my mind in his lyricism. I'm like, oh no, he's reading my mind in like what I was hoping for out of the actual song itself. So I honestly stopped writing for like a good chunk of listening to the song, because it is like a 5 minute something second song, and I wrote that I'm gonna stop writing. I'm just gonna sit down and just enjoy it. It was honestly, I think it is my favorite single that we've ever covered.
Same.
It's a great song. It's an awesome single. I'm pumped for his next project, because clearly it doesn't seem like he's taking a step back from. Stick Season obviously isn't his debut, but like Stick Season was his big arrival. Usually you would see a step back when artists put out their second album. I don't think we're going to get that here. No. I think that it's going to be the same. I think we're in for a really
emotional
second piece of a phenomenal two album run right now. I gave it a 9.6.
Garrett told me I'm not allowed to do this, because once you do it, it means that you can never find better. And I don't think that's necessarily true with music. I'm giving it a 10. I'm going to be insufferable about this album. Like, I just know I am. It's gonna take over
You're insufferable in general a lot of the time. I know you're gonna obsess.
This is gonna take over my life, maybe even more so than the Harry Styles album.
It should. If I can say, like, comparing this song to Aperture, Aperture doesn't hold a candle to it.
No, I agree.
Aperture's a
great
good
song.
Like it's a really rock solid song. Noah blows that out of the water.
I agree.
It's not close.
And also just knowing his entire inspiration for this album and why it's like the Great Divide, like he's really taking time. He took the time in this album to reflect on like essentially this gap he felt in his life of like where he is now versus like, I don't know, when he was like just a little small town Vermont boy. Like he's really reflecting on his growth and so much change. And I think he's just like, he nailed this so much. Sure. I'm so excited.
I'm pretty pumped too.
Also,
it's gonna be fantastic.
Also, can I just say, Brandito kind of made fun of me a little bit because I obviously already pre-ordered the vinyl. Because once he announced it, there was a really pretty Rust variant that I said I needed to have in case it sold out. He's like, "You pre-ordered it even before like you heard it?"
I don't believe in pre-ordering until you know what you're gonna get out of it.
I was like, "No, I trust him. I trust him." And he sent me a text like, "All right, I might be a little jealous of your pre-order." And I'm like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Don't you?
I admitted it. I admitted it. That track's great. Yeah. I still personally probably wouldn't have pre-ordered it. I you never know. Like I said, if I had pre-ordered Man's Best Friend, I would have been choked. You know?
I still don't think I would have any regrets for having it anyway, just because I like supporting the artist. But
well, you can go support Harry Styles for $800.
No.
Value.
We gotta rein this in. We're in the middle of like an economic crisis, and you're over here fucking.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyway,
you're fine.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's go.
To Love Somebody, Holly Humberstone. She's an English singer-songwriter who is known for oversharing in her indie synth pop sound. She was first discovered in 2019 by a BBC manager when she performed for a local radio show, and that performance led her to perform at the Glastonbury Festival later that same year. And then following that, she ended up getting an invite from Lewis Capaldi to join him on tour in 2020. So then following that up, she released her debut EP, Falling Asleep at the Wheel. And her second EP, The Walls Are Way Too Thin, landed her a performance on The Tonight Show and earned her the Brit Award for a Rising Star. So yeah, by 2020, she was really making a name for herself. She didn't release her debut studio album, Paint My Bedroom Black, until October 2023, though. And then since then, she supported artists like Girl in Red, Olivia Rodrigo, and even Taylor Swift as opening acts. So yeah, now we have her second single for her upcoming album, Cruel World, which is set to release on April 10th.
Cool. To Love Somebody. Let's listen.
This blue and green ball keeps spinning to the beat. You gotta try and move your feet. Gotta be boxing quiver. Tell you that you feel too much. You bet it all on the summer crush. It all breaks down. It always does. It all works out. It always does. And you wear his t-shirt. You hate his guts. You read the handbook. You take the drugs. You said from here on out it's us. It always was. It always was. To love somebody. To hurt somebody. To lose somebody. Is to know you're only human. To love somebody. To hurt somebody. To lose somebody. Well, at least you got to love somebody.
Banger!
Yeah, bangers.
It reminds me so much of Gracie Abrams, though, and I've been like a big Gracie fan.
I can see that.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
So I've
like
actually been going through her discography since it dropped because it's catchy. She's got a good hook. The cadencing is a vibe for me. She adds like a decent amount of personality with like some vocal variation, like in the verses that I really, really like. She adds these fun little strings at the end, which I wish we got a little bit more of because it was like a little tease and I really wanted a little bit more. But yeah, she's got a new fan out of me. I was a big fan of this track.
Yeah, it was good. Honestly, it's the change up from Noah's 5-minute track to like right into this bubbly like little track. I was so jarring. It was so not the same. So that was like a tough like transition between the two. But like the breakdown in the pre-chorus is really nice. I love the cadencing of it. I'm really glad that you picked that clip. My biggest critique is like the chorus being as like repetitive as it is. I felt was like just so instinctually pop And, like,
Fair.
I could skip that aspect of it. I'm like, you picked the perfect clip. It just went on for too long, in my opinion. Because, like, my favorite part of the song you had in there. Just my least favorite part of the song you also had in there. So the rest of the track is, like, solid enough that I still felt satisfied about it. It's, the storytelling, I think, was great. Especially for a pop track. It's got some rhythm and actually has some soul. Because that's one thing that I find that lacks in, especially when you look at something that's kind of coded similar, like Taylor Swift. Where there just isn't a whole lot of soul in it. This felt like it was actually, like, genuine. It didn't feel disingenuine in any way, shape, or form. Where I feel like a lot of pop music, the last little bit, especially from this kind of sound, has
To
lacked
surface
a lot of
level, yeah.
100%. So, like, I felt like this genuinely did, like, take that up. For me, like, it's not something I'm going to come back to a ton, but it's still, like, a nice track. I did enjoy it. I gave it a 7.4.
I really loved it. I loved it a lot. It's an 8.7 for me. This is
I was
like,
gonna say, if you put it into the 9s, maybe we'd be fighting. But, like, it popping into an 8 for you,
it
that,
was
like,
kind
a
of
high 8. That makes
yeah,
sense.
it was like high 8. I can't quite give it a 9, but, like, this shit is it's been on repeat, and I've been listening to her since I've listened to this
because
it's
you like tacky over and over again choruses
Okay.
that you can just scream in a car. I know.
exactly.
I know who you are.
It's so much fun.
I know who you are, dude.
I love it. I live for this. Anyway. Melanie Martinez. Possession is who we've got up next. Martinez is a singer, songwriter, dancer, producer, clothing designer, actress, just visual artist. She does literally fucking everything. Very artsy chick. She's from New York, who got her start in 2012 on season 3 of The Voice. She was on Team Adam Levine and made it to the top 6 with her fan favorite covers, including Britney Spears' Toxic and the White Stripes' Seven Nation Army. She followed up her little stint on The Voice with her debut EP Dollhouse in 2014, and the track Carousel from that gained a lot of popularity thanks to being featured on American Horror Story Freak Show. Her debut album Crybaby released in 2015, debuting at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 200, and she is now prepping to release her 4th studio album. The album name and release date haven't been released yet, but she has confirmed we're getting it at some point this year. So,
Cool.
Possession.
Yeah. Let's listen to Melanie Martinez.
Eyes hungry, perfume candy. It's screaming at me loud, screaming at me loud, screaming at me loud. Baby, I'm your possession. Handle me like a weapon. Gaslight me right, tell me keep quiet. I'll go along, diddy-do. Put me up like a prize. I'll be a good housewife. You won't see me cry when women come by. I'll go along, diddy-do. Dum, dum, diddy-dum, diddy-dum, diddy-dum.
The intro instantly reminded me of Lana. Like, instantly just screamed
Yeah.
Lana. Once we started to get her in and, like, it evolved, it got less Lana-esque. I do really like her storytelling, and the use of the dum-dum diddy-dums, while repetitive, I thought really drove home this playing dumb narrative that she was doing in, like, a very catchy way. So, like, I kind of dug it a little bit, but it was very repetitive.
I actually dug this chorus, like, way more than I
Sick.
actually
Really?
dug the other one, for sure.
Cool.
I really like the manic beat on this one. It's cool for exactly what it is. It's still obviously in that pop space. You said Lana. Honestly, I kind of felt like it was a little bit like mid-career Taylor in that kind of like.
Oh.
I want to say is it like Red? Was this like Red era Taylor?
Red, I
kind
think,
of
is
coded?
All Too Well, so yes, maybe?
That's the one that's. I don't know my Taylor Swift obviously well enough to be able to call out specifically. But either way, like that, like I think it was like late 2010s, like Taylor type stuff. Mid to late 2010s.
I wonder if it was her Reputation. I don't think it hit. Reputation was a little darker, so it might have been Reputation.
Either way, like, I did feel like this was a little bit more inspired than it was inspirational on that side of things. Especially after having just listened to Holly Humberstone. So, like, that was, this did feel a lot more surface level than Holly's track did. Like, those two right side by side is, like, tough to not kind of compare the two of them together. Like I said, though, the one thing that I didn't love was the chorus on Holly's. I actually really enjoyed the chorus on this part. I wish I could just take the two and just make them kiss. But But the vocal filter that she throws on, and like specifically on the second verse, I thought made the verses a lot better. It just kind of changed things up a little bit and gave it a little bit more creative, as opposed to it just kind of being a polished pop singer singing a pop song like that.
Funny because I have a note where there's the haziness that was happening from that. I couldn't tell thematically if I liked it, because it felt like it made it very dreamy and like dreamscapey, which I enjoyed, but it kind of like took away from the realness of the subject for me. Like, it's a very dark, intense subject, but that juxtaposition also kind of works for me too, though. I don't know how to feel about it.
And you know what? Like, you obviously pay a lot closer attention to lyricism and that kind of stuff than I do personally. So I mean, just the soundscape of it, I thought got a lot better by adding that in. So I like that. Like I said, also, I think this is also a decent track. I like the atmosphere of it, the edge that it kind of like brings to her pop music. It was missing a bit, though, on like a lot of vocal presence on a lot of the track, though, which made it a little bit difficult. So honestly, I gave it a 7-1. It was still good, just not quite as good as Holly.
Agree. Yeah, I gave it 7-8. It didn't quite hit 8 for me. Yeah. I still enjoyed it, but yeah, it felt like it was missing something the whole time that I couldn't quite put my finger on.
For sure.
Sick.
Cool.
Yeah. Up next, Joji with Last of a Dying Breed. I will make fun of myself a little bit. I picked out a few singles from last week and a few singles from this week, not realizing, actually, wait, I literally saw, I have on my note, he's gearing up to release his 4th studio album, Piss in the Wind, set to release February 6th. So I clearly just got the week wrong because it came out yesterday. So
for sure it did.
You can technically listen to the album now. So
it's weird for somebody to drop a single like a week before the album, though. That's weird, right? That's not normal.
No, it's not his first single release. Like, he's released a few.
But even then, a week before the album seems strange.
I mean, I was convinced it was still another week out. So
he's Filthy Frank. He's a strange dude.
He can do whatever he wants. Yeah, so this is the musical alias of George Miller, who is a Japanese singer-songwriter, rapper, and internet personality, formerly known as Filthy Frank and Pink Guy. I did not realize that he's also the guy responsible for launching the Harlem Shake trend in 2015, which is so fucking funny. Like, what a time to be alive, man.
Yeah. It's a blast from the past.
So yeah, in 2017, he ended his YouTube career to focus on music under a new name, Joji, which is actually Japanese for George, which I think is sick. And yeah, he was quoted like, "Now I just get to do stuff that I want to hear. Joji's just me," where he was putting out a lot of music as like Pink Guy and Filthy Frank, but it was all like comedic, like silly, goofy stuff. He released his debut studio album Ballads 1 in 2018, making him the first Asian-born artist to top the Billboard's R&B and hip-hop album chart, which I thought was interesting. And yeah, now his studio album Piss in the Wind is out. You can listen to it now.
Cool. That's exciting. Last of a Dying Breed. Let's listen.
The clip does not do this justice. I tried, it is getting compressed so much, and I could not find a better version of it. I don't know if you can hear it. Like, literally does not do it justice, and I'm just going to preface that.
I mean, so like, I'm excited to see a little bit new Joji. Like, that's fun. It is a fun, hectic beat. It reminds me a lot of like rudimental like style beats and stuff like that, which I enjoy that side a lot. But honestly, again, it felt like really sleepy to me. There's not a whole lot to like kind of rock with the song. It makes me really curious about the whole project, which is out now. So I could have just listened to it. It's short, it's sweet, but I felt like there wasn't a whole lot to grab onto. You know what I mean? Like, I find like there's just a lot of empty space. It feels really like a beat performance more than it is anything else. And as much as I like that beat performance, it doesn't really have a whole lot to grab onto. There's not a lot of ledge to pull yourself up on. And
there was something about it where, I put like super hazy, great beat. I thought his vocals were really pretty to start, and I've never listened to Joji before. I wasn't expecting his vocals to be that deep, so that was like an interesting transition for me. The song to me felt kind of like we were ascending in a way, and it felt very much like we've reached an acceptance stage of grief. I know that's very, very specific, but it felt like we were finally kind of just like building up to this like release a little bit, and we've just completely like accepted our whatever it is that we're dealing with, which I don't know, it was kind of cathartic for me.
Yeah.
So I kind of got I got something out of it. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I didn't really find like there was a whole lot to hold on to on
Fair.
it. Yeah. No, honestly, like I gave it a 6.3.
Well,
It's certainly not my favorite of the singles this week.
oh, duh.
Like,
We got Noah.
It's not like, but it's like, I think it's probably my least favorite of the singles, truthfully. I think that there's a place for it. I'm curious about the project, like I said. But like, I don't know. Like I said, there was just a lot of empty space. What they did with that empty space, I really enjoyed, but there was just a lot that was missing from it, especially as a single.
Yeah, that I get.
Like, there just wasn't a whole lot there for me to get pumped up about. There's just,
It does feel like it's more of like an intermission track.
Yeah,
So,
it feels like filler.
Yeah.
Like a lot of filler on that side. And so, like, again, really nice filler, but it's still filler at the end of the day.
Fair.
So,
I gave it a 7.5. But I enjoyed it. I got a little
I thought we
something out
talked
of it.
about this, Mel. I thought we said we were going to try to bring ourselves, and it's fine. Go ahead. Talk about PinkPantheress and MJ Cole.
Still sincere. I am being more critical. I feel like I would have initially rated all of these 8s. I've enjoyed every single track.
That's crazy. That's insane. Person things.
There was something about it that I really felt was cathartic. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's just I was in a weird headspace. Maybe anything's possible. Anyway, MJ Cole. So
You're just still reeling from Harry Styles concert tickets.
really
so.
am though.
You're just in a very vulnerable state.
I am.
I feel like we're like the fact that you're just like I feel like we're overcoming grief in this song. I think is you overcoming the fact that you don't think you're going to see Harry Styles at MSG.
I reached the acceptance stage of 2022 Love on Tour might be the last time I ever got to see Harry Styles live at MSG, and I'm like, this is gonna sound really privileged of me, and I just think somebody who's spent as much money as I have at MSG, I think we should get like loyalty card pre-sales. And like, I think like everybody's flying from everywhere to MSG that the locals can't get tickets, and I'm a little butthurt about it. But okay, moving on.
It's fine. You only get every concert ever.
I don't want to share. I don't want to share. Move closer to the city if you want more concerts. Anyway, don't do that. It's
in
really
case you were
expensive.
wondering, it's not this might sound really.
It's very privileged. I know.
It's very privileged.
I'm acknowledging that it's a very privileged take. But I'm a little sad.
I hope you get roasted in the comments.
Please roast me. I deserve it. I know I deserve it. Anyway, still sincere, MJ Cole and PinkPantheress. So MJ Cole is the stage name of Matthew James Coleman, and he is a London-based DJ and producer who can be credited for pioneering the two-step UK garage sound of the 90s that basically birthed dubstep and grime. He studied classical music at a young age, earning a scholarship to the Royal College of Music's junior department, and he completed his music degree at the City University of London. He got started in the industry as an engineer for the drum and bass label Sour, and he was a pirate radio DJ, and that allowed him to break into the London underground scene. His big breakthrough came in 1998 with his single Sincere, which was the title track to his debut album that released later in 2000, which is crazy to think about the millennia. And then Sincere was the first UK garage track to break into the top 40, which I thought was a fun little tidbit.
Cool.
Yeah, so since then, Sincere's actually been included in the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die, which I didn't realize was a book.
Oh yeah, it's
I kind
an
of
incredible album.
Yeah, I need to listen to this. I haven't. And then yeah, he's since worked with artists like Mary J. Blige, Disclosure, Dizzy Rascal, Dua Lipa, and most recently has been working on renovating an abandoned gin factory to create a collaborative 12 studio hit factory called the Gin Factory, which is cute. So yeah, he's just doing lots of cool stuff over there for the London artists. And then PinkPantheress is the stage name of Victoria Walker, who's a British singer, songwriter, and producer known for her diary-esque lyricism and eclectic genre mixing of alt pop, drum and bass, and two-step garage. So imagine them working together.
Yeah.
She started her music career in 2021 while she was attending university, and she was producing her own music with GarageBand and uploading them to SoundCloud and TikTok. She gained some virality on TikTok with her track Break It Off, and that landed her a deal with Parlophone and Elektra Records. Then her debut mixtape, To Hell With It, released later that same year, and she ended up winning BBC's Sound of 2022 poll. And then, yeah, she released her debut studio album in 2023, Heaven Knows. And one of the tracks on it, Boys a Liar Part 2, featured Ice Spice, and that peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. And yeah, she's been named Billboard's 2024 Producer of the Year. She's been featured on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list, has received 2 Grammy and 3 Brit Award nominations. She's been kind of like crushing it lately. So yeah, we got Still Sincere.
Cool. Let's listen.
Don't you have a partner, someone you can marry? My bones from my shoulder, he's behind in the hurry. Coming up to me, or is he here for my money? I'm losing the distance between us. Hey, yeah. What you doing What you doing here? Is there a reason that you hate it?
How you feel?
Well, okay, so when I saw PinkPantheress and MJ Cole, I was like kind of pumped. I'm like, maybe we're gonna get a little bit more energy in here.
No.
I don't know if it really necessarily gave it that energy that I was really hoping for. It's fine. We've got Megadeth and Poppy coming up, so like, just I do the singles last. So it was like I was just like, oh, maybe one of these things is gonna have a little bit. It didn't really have that. Obviously, the overt filters. I mean, that glam pop style of PinkPantheress is pretty present, right? Like, that's exactly what I would have expected from her. Like I said, I was just expecting a little bit more kind of tempo. But again, like, MJ Cole is remarkable. He's genre defining when it comes to that kind of style. I always, when I listen to like MJ Cole's kind of music, I get like a casual fine dining restaurant vibe. You know what I mean? Like, where like it's kind of always just background music.
Yeah.
It's background house music is what it's
Yeah.
designed to be. So it just always feels like that. Bass melody is really heavy on it. The vocals are over filtered and really in the background on the tracks. The whole like chunk of that track being in kind of like the scat kind of style. Like I said, it's really nice, but I'll always hear it as kind of background music in like an edgy,
I agree.
trying to be modern restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bar or restaurant. Like, you know, the cocktails are going to cost $14 when you hear this song.
Oh, 25 if you're in Manhattan.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sorry, I'm in Edmonton, Alberta. It's not quite the same. But like,
14's
it's just
a deal, man.
it's got that kind of feel. That's in Canadian too. It's just not something that I can really dive into all the time because of that. But like, it is really nice. It does set that specific atmosphere. It's just a really specific atmosphere that I personally don't go and appreciate and enjoy all the time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, same. I put it was another great beat. There's a lot of fun little treats in the mix and like fun things happening. I liked her vocals when she was just kind of vocalizing or scatting, like you were saying. But when she was like actually singing, like she just sounds like she's mumbling a lot. And I wish she would enunciate a little bit. That was kind of like annoying me at points. And yeah, this was my least favorite of the singles. It's fine. But yeah, it's fine as background music. I'm not going to go out of my way for it at all. So I gave it a 6-8.
I gave it a 6.9. So
okay.
Joji was actually my least favorite of the singles on it. But like
Yeah.
I said, I mean I worked in restaurants forever and ever, and this is exactly the kind of track that was kind of always there in the background. And so like I like it. It's just
Same.
you're not wrong. Like it's not something like I'm not thinking about this song pretty much ever again.
If it comes
You know?
on, I'm not mad about it, but I'm
No,
not going out
exactly.
of my way for it. Like
Never.
it's very forgettable. Yeah.
I agree.
But sick.
Cool.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's the track attack, baby. First track attack of 2026. Let us know in the comments whether or not you liked it, whether or not you didn't. Were we right? Of course we were. But tell us exactly how right we were in the comment section. We'd appreciate it. But other than that, that's the track attack wrapped up.
Yeah.
I'm Brandito. This is Mel. We're on Beat Off Script, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Hell yeah. Mwah!
Peace out.
3, 2, 1.